Hey everyone, thanks for tuning back into my YouTube channel. In this video I want to talk about tackle storage or bait storage, specifically for a couple of different patterns and designs that I fish a lot of. Tackle organization and how we store certain baits and different things like that. There's just an endless way in which we can do that, and there's a lot of things that work for a lot of people. But I wanted to share something that's worked for me for, I don't know, 7-10 years. I don't know, it's been a long time. I've used this soft plastic organization or storage of specifically two different types of bait shapes. And it's worked well for me for a lot of years, but I'm actually considering changing things up. Specifically because I want to lighten the load that I carry in my Ranger Z520L. With that, I'm going to get into a couple of the ways that I have stored my soft plastic stick baits, like my striking shimmy sticks and ochos, those Sancto style baits, and then my striking rodents or beaver style baits. These two baits I throw a lot of because I catch a lot of fish on them. There's something that I use for largemouth, smallmouth, spotted bass, for flipping, pitching, casting on spinning gear, from finesse all the way to heavy braid and punching heavy mats. So with these two boxes, I've got really the lion's share of a lot of soft plastic fishing that I do. And I don't necessarily need as many colors as I have, but over the years, I've found, as we've traveled all over the country, I found certain colors work really well. And I've got basically 4 of those that I just have to have in the boat. And then I've added another 4 that I just really like and have caught some big fish over the years, and they've come in clutch for me. And so I've added them in kind of reluctantly because I try not to carry a lot of stuff, but it's ended up creating quite a bit of weight. So I want to try to downsize what I carry. This is a 3700 size storage compartment, what a lot of guys call a double wide tackle tray. I would like to get my rodents and my shimmy sticks into just a single wide or a 3600 style compartment box. It's worked for me, I don't know, 7-10 years. And so it's hard to get out of this. But one of the things that's kind of spurred this on is back when I fished the Bassmaster Elite Series, we had a lot of back-to-back events. So one of the things that I've tried to do is to maximize the performance in my boat, but I also want to make sure that what I have plenty of in the boat. I'm not going to run short. That's kind of maybe it's a little bit of a phobia for me. I don't want to run short, get on a good bite, and fish biting a specific thing and not have enough of them. And it really, as it pertains to plastics, because plastics, obviously you catch a fish on them, they get torn, you get hung up, they get ripped, something bites up back in, it tears the tail, different things like that. So you want to have more of these than you would, say, hard baits like your crankbaits, your bladed jigs, your spinner baits, different things like that. So this is my 3rd year on the FLW Pro Circuit, and their events are structured so that you go for one event and then you come home. So it's maybe not that necessary that I carry this much. So I may be able to get away with a single wide 3600 style tray. But I wanted to share this with you guys just so you kind of see one of the ways in which I store my soft plastic baits. It's specifically my beaver style baits and my soft plastic stick baits. All I've got is dividers down the center here, and so basically I've got 8 different compartments here. And then you're probably asking, well, why do you have them in the Ziploc bag inside of a box? That's kind of overkill, isn't it? And yeah, it probably is. But I've got a method to my madness. Number 1, the key to this is when I get on a good bite, I can grab this bag and I can throw it in my pocket. I can lay it out on the deck, throw it under the console, and I don't have to go back into the box anymore. Great, and I've got a bunch of these. There's probably, I don't know, 40 in there. So I've got plenty for a day, even on a really good bite. Should be able to make it through the day on a bag like this. So that kind of covers the fact that I'll have enough, and then efficiency. I don't have to go back in and out of my box. That's number 1. Number 2, we fish in the rain a lot. It may not rain all day, but we do get out there and it will rain at some point. It feels like there's just a lot of moisture. And one of the things with all these striking rodents is there's a lot of salt in them. So water wants to gravitate to the baits. And I don't like that because it turns the colors milky. I love the vibrant colors, I love the natural colors, I love the baits the way Striking made them, and I don't really want any water in there. changing it, turning them milky and different things like that. So I put them in these Ziploc bags. I believe this is a pint size. I feel like it works really well, fits, you know, I can pull it in and out of there real quick. Just kind of going over the color selection: black and blue, Bama Bug, California Craw, which is like black neon with watermelon red, great color too. Just a straight watermelon red. This is what we call double header candy, and then candy craw. And then over here, I've got blue craw, which is like green pumpkin with like a blue iridescent swirl. It's a good one. And then lastly, Okeechobee craw. So those are the 8 different colors that I carry. I could probably get away with 4. I could probably get away with black, blue, green pumpkin, June bug, and watermelon red. Really, I did a video on color selection. It's one of my very first ones. Go check that out. I'll link it in the description. It's a great video on color selection. Those 4 colors you can really take anywhere in the country. So that's how I store my rodents. One of the things that I've also done is, you know, I store my storage trays upright in the boat, and I put these little pull trays, these little DIY pull cords on for my tackle trays. And if you like that, which I really do, I did a little YouTube video a while back. I'll try to link that in the description below too. It's a really handy way to pull them in and out of the boxes if you store them up on end like I do. Going into the next one is the Strike King shimmy sticks and Ocho Senko style baits, these linear body type baits, soft plastic stick baits like this. Then I do the same thing with this for all the same reasons I do that with the rodents. Again, one of the things that's pretty cool too, if it's raining, I can just sneak in here and grab a bait out, keeping even if the outsides of the bags get wet, the rest of the baits don't get wet. It keeps them, and I can pull these bags out later if I need to. If I need to replenish something, go into the camper, or if I'm home, come back into the garage, fill it back up, put it right back in there, and I'm ready to go. It's just a really great system that's worked for me with my soft stick baits and my Strike King rodents. I wanted to share it with you guys as possibly a solution for a lot of guys that you know, trying to figure out how they store their baits and what some good ideas on how to do that. That's something that's worked really well for me. If you go on vacation, this might be a scenario for you where, you know, you just want to have a lot of baits on hand. You know you're going to catch them. It's just an efficient way to go. But the efficiency and the different things that I like about this, and the weight that these 2 boxes, really, I mean, they put a lot of extra weight in the boat, and maybe I can downsize that, so I'm kind of considering that for 2020. Going to continue to share with you guys how I set up my new boat as I move forward from bow to stern, from Manning the Hydrowave to the Lowrance Electronics to where I store my hard baits, soft baits, jigs, bladed jigs, spinner baits, top waters, frogs, those types of things, and how I store my rods. I do appreciate you guys tuning back into my YouTube channel. Hopefully this soft plastic storage idea helps you guys store your baits in your boat. If you like this, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything. I'm continuing to cook out content at least once a week. I'm going to try to push for more as we move through Christmas and into the new year. Got some pretty exciting stuff coming on with the tournament season that I'm going to share on YouTube, and that'll be pretty cool. Hang in there, we'll get those out to you pretty quick, and until next time, good fishing.